And just see that doesn't turn off. It's live. All right. Yeah. What happened to your song? I'm just setting up for a video here, so bear with me a minute. This is a song Reese has recorded on his channel there. Why is this taking forever to load up? Where's YouTube? Okay, I'm just bringing up the chats. Anyone there, Reese? Okay, I've got to go to... I'm having trouble finding my video. Here we go. Okay, I've just brought up the chat, so then so I'm going to do a painting today. I haven't been on for a while. New stickers are now enabled, got it. Okay, here we go. Now I've got to get the volume down on this. New stickers are now enabled, got it. Let me... Here we go. There, I just got to mute the sound. What happened there? Oh, if something's going to muck around, it'll muck around when you're live, won't it? There we go. Now, if we go full screen, do you see the chats? No, you don't. So bear with me a minute, people. Just about done here. Okay, and we'll get that all the way to there. Now, where's all the people in the chats? This is crazy. Is there anybody there? Let me get that to there. All the way to the end there. And let me get this live chat. I've got that. Okay, so sorry I've missed out on a lot of people. Heather, Celeste, Beep Beep, Ping Yang. A lot of names I can't pronounce there. B Dyer, Deborah, Sarah. How are we all going? Now, why is this a little bit different? I'm going to do a painting today, and I need this so as I can see how many people are watching. Oh, there we go. I've got it. 21 people watching. I've just got everything there. All right. Hope you can see everything here. I hope my battery lasts long enough, and I hope you can hear me. Everyone can hear okay? I can't see you. Can someone say, yeah, Les Knight, yep. That obviously, yes, you can hear me then. Yes means yes, you can hear me. Alrighty, I'm gonna do I don't know what I'm gonna paint. I'm always have artist block, painter's block. I don't know what I'm gonna paint next. So I'm gonna do a kind of a water scenery with some midground and a foreground, kind of a mountain thing with a maybe a moon or a sun setting behind it, something like that, something to get out there, okay? So come over here and we can get started. All right, so there's my palette, and to get started, I'll grab some craft paint. I'm going to paint it as I go. I'm not going to try and do different things here and there. So I've got craft paint and a medium retarder that slows down the drying time of the craft paint. This is just craft paint. I call it flow white, soft white. And a lot of people have so many different ways of setting up their canvases. This is the way I do mine. I've done it like this from day dot. So we want to get a sky in. What colour sky do we want? Don't know. We'll see what happens. So this is going to get all over the sky there for now. Okay, and I'll stroke that nice and evenly, all right? Beautiful. Now what sort of sky do we want? Do we want a blue? Do we want a yellowy red one? Something like that. I was going to have the moon in it, so I'm not sure if it's going to be the moon. I'll do the blue sky, and what I will do, I'll move that back a bit. I will have the colours that I've used in this after this filming is finished. I'll put them in the links below. And where do you think I can find? There it is. I'm just going to go for phthalo blue for the sky. So just a bit of phthalo blue. I'll put the colours up there so I know what I used. And I'm going to just wipe the bulk off that brush because it's going to mix with what's on the canvas up there. Okay. And this is just neat from the tube. No mediums in this, it's all in that. Okay. I'll try when I can to talk to some of you people there, you lovely people. G'day Deborah Blankenship. Oh, pinky sky, purple sky, sunset please, purple is blue, bluish lavender. All right, let's see what we can get. We'll get this up the top because it's going to have a mountain in it. I want to massage it in there, twist the brush on its side, going from this way to that way, and then bring it down. We can keep the top quite dark, and I want the bottom lighter like that. Get this colour in there and in there. Move it around and then stroke it through. Now what I will do, just because somebody said it, is we'll get some purpley, lavendery, violety colour up the top there. So we've got that for the sky. We've got dark at the top, light down on the horizon, giving us that atmosphere, okay? That's what that look gives you. Now we'll grab some, let me clean that brush. I'm not cleaning it, I'm just wiping it. Now let's come down to some mess here and find some dioxine purple, violet, no, that sort of goes purple. We can try some of this. So what I'll do is I'll just see what some of that does with that there. It's going to make it quite blue and dark. We'll try some of that. We're just going to put some of this up the top. What is that one? Quinacridone red violet. That's what this one is, okay? All right, so we'll get this at the top for the dark colours. Just up there. And lace it down into that sky there. Hey, I was just thinking, oh, some nice yellow would be nice, but we can't put yellow there. It'll make the sky go green, wouldn't it? All right, so we've got that lacing down into the sky there like that. I've just kept the brush on its side like that, wearing it off the brush as I need it, controlling what's coming off the tip of the brush. All right, that'll do. That will do. I'm just getting artistic here. And then we'll put some clouds in there, eh? All right, that'll do. All right, so we want good old, what do we got here? Titanium white. So we'll use some titanium white. I'll leave that over there so I know what colour I used. And we'll get some clouds in the sky. I like to use a fan brush just to incorporate them onto the canvas there. So I'm going to have that there. I might put something over here. So I like to stamp them on. When you're stamping them on, make your own shape. They pretty much make themselves. Create body within that cloud. See, I've got it, given it body. Boom. Grab yourself a blending brush and blend appropriately. I'll get that scooting right into the middle there like that. Tickle the tops a very little bit like so. All right, I hope you can hear me. I haven't looked at the screen yet, so forgive me. We've got a cloud there. I've put a bum on it. Well, I've tried to put a bum on it. There we go. And we'll get another cloud somewhere. So I've got to clean that brush. So as we're going to get a nice, healthy, clean, new cloud for the other side. So where can we put this? Maybe I want to have the mountain there and some sort of, so we'll do this one a bit, just something in the middle there like that. That'll do. Wipe your brush when you're blending and then bring the bottom of that cloud to life. Give it turmoil. See all that turmoil? I don't know if you can see it in this live. I've created turmoil within that cloud body. And see here, it looks a bit uncloud-like, so I'll just pufferate that up to the top. There we go. Now I would like a bit of this red colour there. Maybe I'll use some of that for the shadow in this cloud. It's looking a bit too stark. Wiping my brush, and that's just hopefully going to add some craziness to that cloud. Yeah, that's kind of worked. That'll do. Give me a look at my hand out the way. Yep, and we've got this one here. That's all we need. Okay, now I've got this size pouncer and I want to use some white just for the glare of the moon, maybe a bit of blue. So I want to hurt the white, where are we, with some blue. So I'm getting a lot of that white. Get my brushes out of the way. This is going to be the glare. I'll grab some of that good white too. Now we're going to do the glare, then we'll do the moon's sake. So my low mountain's going to be about here. Somewhere around here I want it. So there's our glare. This is just glare. So I'm going to dance those buffalo girls all the way around the outside like that. And this is just a simple way to create some glare for a bodied moon. All right? Sounded quite technical that, didn't it, eh? Yay! I'm happy because I feel it's working. All right, see, we've got a glare there. See how easy that was? Now what I need to do is, I can get another pouncer because it's not too big, is it? Oh, it is. That'll be all right. And I want to build that up with some paint. So I've got that pouncer. I better get some more white paint there. I'm sorry I haven't been able to read anything for good afternoon, South Africa, South of Australia. G'day from South Australia, Marilyn Pierce. Glad you can join me. Okay, now I'm just bombing this onto there like that because this is just going to be me moon, and I'll give it some flow aspect as well. Now we just want to give that moon the moon, all right? Make a moon probably about here. Give it a bit of a twist. Bit of a moon. Grab your finger or a brush, manipulate and make things happen. So that's what I'm doing here now, wiping my finger as I go. I'm using my finger as a brush. This rubber glove acts like a little gripping machine. That'll do. And if I want, I could probably grab some blue. Let's just see if I'm not going to hurt it. Get on there. There we go. Wipe my finger again. A lot of things require putting it on, wiping it down and then smearing it through. And if it's too blue, you can always add white back into it. But our mountain's going to come over the edge of that. Okay. That'll do. We can do that till the cows come home. We've got a bodied moon there. All right. I'll give it a dry. Is that pretty much it? Yeah, that'll do. Simple but easy. I'm just drying where I want to put the easy mountain. So we'll call this an easy mountain. because I don't want it to mud up with everything. G'day Lola, Bea, Marilyn. All right, I can see that drying. There we go. I want to thank everybody, all my YouTube followers. We've reached a 81,000 subscribers, which is fantastic. Now we need like we got here, I'm not going to have it so high there. I want to create a mountain with a zigzag coming at you. All right, it's the easy way to make a mountain coming at you. So we need a decent brush. Where can I find a brush? Let's find this flat one here. And what colour can we use? I like to use good old dark burnt umber. So I'll grab some burnt umber there. I'll grab some water in my mist bottle. Okay, too easy. And I'll put that in the water there. And we want to use this to map in our mountain. Okay, the water's going to help it hopefully get a bit sharp and transfer a lot easier. Hopefully I'm not forgetting to move the camera as well. So we want the mountain coming up about to here, and I just want it just coming past the moon to create that artistic look the painting's going to get. Now in my mountains, the main peak, which let's say is here, let's bring it down to there. The main peak, let's just get all that in there now, is where we come from. Now that's why I dried it, being acrylic, this is sitting on there, it's not mudding up, okay? It's doing a good job. And make sure your paint is wet enough to transfer, but not too wet to make it opaque. Now the oil guys, they do this a lot different than the way I do it. There's probably other acrylic artists that do it like oils, but I do it my way because I feel comfortable on controlling and doing it my way. And that's what art's all about. Making yourself comfortable and happy with your process. Now get over here done as well. All the way over there. That's going to be covered up with other mid-ground aspects. And then with this, it'll be dried so as other bits and pieces can happen, okay? So let's just get that scrubbed in now. And what I'm going to do is picking up some of the white under there. There's me line there of the base of my mountain. That's what I'm worried about. So I'm going to scrub this now, and it'll create a lighter value down there for distance between this and the midland. Okay, there we go, look at that, nice and light. It's picked up that. And I'll pull it through. Okay. Now I've got to dry that, like I said. Hello Lucy and hello Cynthia. I've never used gesso with retarder, Roxanne. All right, we've dried that. Okay, give that a bit of a dry. So you can even put, I might do it later, another bit of a cloud. Does this camera zoom in? Let's see. Oh yes, it does. You could probably put a cloud in front of that moon. Excuse me. Get them frogs out of my mouth. Now, like I said, you want to zigzag this so it's coming at you. So we need a lighter value of that now. So what I will use, let's come down here to make the scenery a bit different. Where's me, oh, where are you? Yellow ochre, yellow ochre. There we go, all the way over there. You can't see it, but here it is there. Now I've got some, what is this, yellow oxide. And I'll grab some more of that burnt umber, because that one there is full of water. Okay, and I better grab some white, some light white. Gotta have light white, eh? Yeah, light white. All right. Now, I want to do this side of the mountain first. So, the light's on that side. So, chisel your brush. There's our mountain, right? So we want to create this zigzag, virtually brings it all to you. That's going to be covered up, remember? And we'll do a bit more over here. Something like that. Just like that. Now I'm picking up the burnt umber and, where are we? Some white. Oh no, this is the light side. Got it on the wrong side, people. Oh, well, I'm sure the detail police will tell me I've done it wrong. It's coming at you. Just that simple. I'm painting it loosely. There we go. Simple but effective. I'll maybe put a little bit tucked in here somewhere. Just like that. Now I will get some of the dark, just to create some dark aspects into that. So I don't want it too bright. And then we can get some darker aspects in here. Now we'll get some of that yellow oxide with white now. Oh, get a lot of white into it. Where are we? There we go. And then we'll lighten up this side if we can. There, look at that nice caramelly colour. And find your zigzag area that you made. I'm going to wash that brush and get the dark in there now just to accentuate it, and then we can, if we're going to, put any snow on there. Alright, so this is going, I should be drying everything because I'm live. I'm just trying to keep things at a reasonable pace. So I want to accentuate this side a bit darker now. I've got all that other stuff there to break it up. I'll quickly dry it so as it's going to work. This is just the middle background behind some beautiful foreground stuff that's going to have more detail. This is just something there, okay? So where are we again? Now that's dry. Picking up some of this darker, because we're going to add some snow onto this, because anywhere that has a mountain this big, I'm pretty sure they're big enough to have atmosphere, height, altitude and snow within them, aren't they? We don't, oh, we get some in the eastern states side of Australia, but not much where I live. How's that looking? That's looking all right. It's doing the thing. I'm looking in the monitor, seeing where I need to darken it up. I'll go over here, over here. All right, now I'll clean that brush. It's your first time, Lynn Rainsford. Welcome, Lynn Rainsford. These art lessons, I've been painting a few that look like they're supposed to the sorts choose to. Now, white paint. So I'm going to grab some white paint again because I'm running out of white paint. Use that a lot, don't we? I've washed that brush. I'm using just that same brush. Now I'm going to dry that mountain again so as this won't mud up. I mean, the mountain looks a bit snotty ass and bummed around and not the best, but wait till I put this snow on there. It'll bring it up. This ain't the feature of the painting, this mountain. Everything in this is going to be the hero of this painting, okay? That'll do for that. Okay, so we've got the white paint on there. Where are we? Can you see that? Where are we? Yeah, you can see that. Now we'll get this side first. We'll get paint, not paint, snow. Snow's coming down the peaks there. Look at that. How's that looking? Yep, it's looking like snow. And on this side here, we've got snow. Oh, don't get too shaky and you'll stuff it. Chisel your brush up again, condition your brush, and keep those ridges in there. Get that scraping down the mountain. It can be a bit light as you're coming down here if you want. So way up high is where all the action is. How's that looking? Yeah, that's looking all right. Now this side here, where are we? Get some snow coming all the way down here and breaking up as it's coming off. You could probably put the littlest of blue in this one. Not too much blue, I don't like blue on the sky. How's that looking? And now I want some more white on the white side because it's not really saying, "G'day, how you going? I'm here." I want it to sort of have that effect. So we'll get a bit more there. Billowing up in the middle of the gully there. Billowing up in the middle of the gully there. This is just pretty much showing you the highs and low points, all this acting like a highlight, this snow. That'll do. All right, we've got our mountain there. We can keep detailing that till the cows come home, but that'll do for this. Now what I want to do is create the bottom half of the painting. So what we got there, we're going to have water and our mid-ground landmass, okay? So we'll get that on there. I feel like just pausing the camera so I can get the next set ready, but I'm forgetting this is live. How are we all going there, everybody? Well done, Laurie, Lola Carter, Carol Polson, Brick House, hello, Cynthia Snow. You are a hero because you share your talent with us. Oh, I'm probably just one of your heroes. There's a lot of people out there sharing their talent. Now, what I've got to do is I've got to go over there, so I might as well bring yous with me. I'll go all the way over there just so I can clean me brushes there, because I need this one again. So let's get these cleaned out. Okay, and my blending brush. Moments like this is where I wish my son was here to grab me a drink. All right. Oh, I just noticed that was a bit low. Oh, that's not looking too bad. It's looking like a real paint, isn't it? Now, what do we need? We need, we'll do the water. So we'll do the water. So what we'll do for the water is come down to my palette here. How long have we been going for? That's the thing on here. I can't tell how long we've been going for. Floetrol is not the same thing as retarder there, Lynn Rainsford. I'll just show you a message. It was held on review. Floetrol softens the lay of the acrylic paints. It makes it softer and flows better. Retarder is a medium that slows down the drying time of it, okay? Now, I'm going to just paint the bottom half now, so I'm going to map in the water. Let's get that over there where you can see it a bit better. I just noticed in the monitor there. So we're going to paint the bottom half. All right. So load up my putter on a brush. And from about here, come all the way across there, boom. Get this on all the way across there. This has got that soft student paint, craft paint, and the medium retarder in there so as I can get some things happening. Okay, sky. Let's grab the sky colours. So we had some phthalo blue. So I'm just going to grab the lightest amount of phthalo blue. Where are we? Just so we can go, oh, the sky's there, push it in. I'm getting, this is going to create bands. Now I'm grabbing some of that magenta violet. It's still a bit, yeah, it's there, not too much of it. And the sky's there, some of this is over there. We're getting some of this in there. Okay. Done. Now what you want to do is wipe that brush, wipe it, just get all the paint off there. Okay, it's wiped. And we just want to stroke this left and right. Is that camera on there? And this will just give our water that's our water. Now this water's wet, it needs to be wet because we've got to do some more bits and pieces. Okay. So, where's my flat brush? It's in here, I've washed it out a bit, picking it up. I want to grab, I'm grabbing the, there's not much there, I better put more there, the burnt umber. And I've got the other colours that I use within the mountain. And we're just going to put a cheap, easy, but an effective reflection in our water. Now that water's nice and wet. So, boom, 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 boom. So there's our mountain. Okay, somewhat of a, that's it. Don't muck with it, that'll do. Wash your brush. Dry it, grab some of the other values, which is the yellow oxide I'm picking up now. Where can I see some of that? Some of it's about there, okay? And some of it's about there, okay? That's pretty much it. Wash the brush. And what else we got? We got some white, so let's put some white in there now, some values of white. So our white's pretty much coming down the mountain there, here, and over here. Now to me, it's looking a bit light. It looks a bit funny. I've just looked in the monitor because my camera's on an angle. It's not head on, but when it's head on, you'll get more of a grasp. Okay, I want more of the darker, so I'm picking up more of the darker, yeah, get some of that in there. Values, just prance them around anywhere. Now what we want to do, where did my putter on a brush go? I'm going to wipe that. I think it's got too much, no, that's all right. I want to carefully just pull that down, just from there. Just enough to break it into the water's edge, this edge here up, breaking this edge up. See, it's all wet. That water's wet. Okay, and then lightly come across the top of it. Just the area where the mountain is. Okay, too easy, done, simple, comprehended that. Let's grab our moon. There's our moon there. Too easy. Do the same with that. Bringing the mountain over it, just like this. Brought the mountain colours over it. Wipe your puller on a brush, and we'll try and give that some kind of movement as well. So I'm going to come this way, halfway through the moon, and pull it. And then the same the other way if I can. Now I've done that, I want to get some length to it. Get some vertical length to it. And that's just adding our moon in the water there. All right. Oh, I nearly turned the camera off. Got to be careful of that. This is turning out all right. So if it's turning out all right, it means we're all happy. Now I've got to dry that. Too easy. Now we're going to put the Midway Landmass on there. Can somebody tell me how long I've been going for? I didn't mark it down. All right, we're getting that reasonably done. That mountain's looking okay. The mountain's looking okay. Now I need Mr. Filbert. Filbert. I've got a nice filbert here, and it's a flat cat tongue filbert. Now we're going to use the colours that are on there, so I'm going to go for, excuse me, I just had a bit of a burp there. What did I have? Wheat Bix this morning, and the burp tasted like Wheat Bix. Yeah, isn't it funny when we burp and it's got the taste of our goodness in there. Now this is going to be the dark colour. We want to get this a little bit on the wet side. And what we've got to do here is start from the middle and come out to the edge, creating the depth and darkness. So we're adding this in there now, this landmass here. Now let's not be too even and put it whack in the middle. I'll bring it to one side, so the middle of this will be off center, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. So we're about here. So I'm going to start here. And I'm putting the height in the water as well. So I'm making the height of this. So when I go way up there, I'll go way down there as well. See? Did you see that? I don't want it too wet, because this has got to be pulled down as well. And we can come right off the, let's create our beautiful artistic edge here first, and then we can accentuate. Oh, look at that, nice trees with some air in them there. Now there's the middle bit. Now all we've got to do is pretty much copy that height back down. The mountain didn't quite go that far. Doesn't matter, it's only a painting, it's not a photo. All right, careful there, that's got all that wet paint under there. Now I'm going to have to clean this pull down brush, because I'm needing it now for all these reflections. So just come over here with me one more moment. Oh. There you go. I love a cuppa right now. He's gone. My boy's gone. Now, we're going to pull that down if we can. Get this ready to pull down. It hasn't really pulled down there, but I'm not fussed yet because this is just the blocking in colour. The actual colours I put on here are what I want blocked down. So we'll get our top in first, just to make it easier. Coming up here, coming up the sky there. Okay, now we'll go to the lower half and get that into the water as well, so it's not going to dry on us. Like the other side I did it all at once and it dried on me. So watch this, we're allowing it to stay wet longer and it's going to pull down for us. Alright, get over here done. We'll just find the horizon line there somewhere. Okay, now that needs a dry, so as we can get our other colours in there. I'll just fix this up a bit, it looks a bit doob related. There we go. Get some of that pulled down as well. Okay, give that a bit of a dry. I'll see if I can read some comments. All right, that'll do. That will do there. Now let's grab a beautiful, we'll do some green, hey? I better pull out there a bit. Let's find some green. Let's find some forest green. I've got an opened one here. What else do we need? Forest green. I've got some yellow green and some cad yellow light. There we go. Right, we'll use those colours. All right, so that's the main colour, and this will be the highlighting colour, which is just yellow green, Australian yellow green. It's pretty much, you can mix your own up, make a green with cad yellow light and mix them up. I'm just going to use that same cat tongue flat filbert brush that I got, because whatever I use for the bushes, I use the same thing to highlight it and everything. So we want some darker values, so I'm going to use this one and pull in half of this yellow green there, okay? So we've got pretty much, I don't know, it could be a sap green. I don't have sap green, I've got to get some, but I don't find myself using it that much. I want this to stand out on top of that brown that we just put up there. So I'm going to chisel the brush now and get it all ready. And we'll get all this, let's start over here. Now like I did before, I'm going to do the tops first. Okay. Trinkle over leave some dark right at the very bottom. So it's kind of, oh golly, where are we? This, you might not see too much. Where's the centre going to be? About there. But when we highlight this, it'll bring out the shapes. So this is creating the darkness underneath. Okay, done that. Now we'll quickly put just some little bits in there. Do a bit at a time. Pull it down. I don't like the way this brush is. I'm going to use this to pull it down. I'm just going like that. Here and there within the thing. Okay. Other side. Now it is dark, But when we get the yellow green in there, it'll bring it home. This creates nice umbrella shapes for the top canopy of our bushes there. Leave plenty of dark there and dark underneath the bottom of the canopy. So you've got depth underneath your bush. Okay, there. And we'll do the same in there. Just pull it down within the reflections like that, instead of laying it on and pulling it down with another brush. While I'm doing that, the edge of the brush was scratching white lines in it, the brush I was using to pull down. Now you need, doing it this way, the way I do it this way anyway, you need to dry every layer. Okay, let's zoom back a bit. We'll give that a bit of a dry. Just so as our other colour will sit on top without mudding up. Alrighty, getting there dry, we're all happy days, yay. Now we're going to grab that great, we've got the yellow green and I've got the cad yellow light. I use the light for tinting, not the mid. To me it does a better mixed tint. Alright, I could watch all night. Oh, thank you Sarah Shack. Okay, so we've got our yellow green, so let's grab some of this and put some cad yellow light in it, because I like the headlights to be on. It's got the light of the moon hitting there, and some people might be going, it's night time, Ian, but this is my painting. It's not quite night time. You can still see the blue sky. It's just a very artistic scene. Pretty sure, hopefully you would all agree. All right, now this is going to turn the lights on. So over here, easy does it. Get right over the tops, and if anything, these are all umbrella shaping into the painting. They're bowing into the middle. Everything bows to the center. And I don't know, they're kind of pine fern colours. See, that's so simple with this cat's tongue flat filbert brush. It gives beautiful foliage. The brown underneath has created the depth. If you find it's not coming off your brush good enough that you would like it to, which I'm going to do, just dip your brush in a little bit of water, not too much, just enough to create that transferring effect. And you see the dark under the bottom? I always like to just dab something right over the dark. So what do we got going there? It's looking good, it's looking good. I just had to look in the monitor. So we're going to come here and bring it there. Don't virtually go over every single step that you did in the previous colour. Mix it up and change it up a bit. Okay. See, that looks a bit dotty there, I don't like it. And if you've done too much bright colours, put the darker colours back. Now we'll do we're just coming along here with this colour here. And carefully getting this reflection colour in there. Where are we, Ian? Practice this, work it out how it'll work for you. See, I'm just stipping it on, pulling it down. And I'm going to look in the monitor. That's looking all right. It's looking wet and blurred. That's what you want, blurry and wet looking. And the same on the other side. Okay, I'll try and do this one quicker. Into the middle. Let's bow into the middle there, sir. There we go. Looking good. So this is a yellow green mixed with some cad yellow light, just to turn the lights on a bit more. And as we go into the middle, it's virtually getting further away from our eye, because that's the vanishing point within this painting. The perspective is pointing right in there. Alright. Okay, now we want to do the same here. We want to get the reflections of this in the water. The lighter highlights, when you're doing them in the water, I always find they bring the reflections home. They're the ones that make the gravy. And just remember, if you've done it too bright and loud, get the darker colour back in there. There we go on there. Alright. Now we've just got to separate that with the water line, okay? So that's what we're going to do now. We'll separate that with the water line. That's looking all right, eh? We'll separate that with the water line. Where are we? Mars black, carbon black, whatever black you've got. I've just got some carbon black here. Now, I'm going to grab a small flat before we do. I just want to dry that. Because see, in the middle now, it's brown. It's a brown mountain. It's brown depth. This is brown. That's brown in there. We don't want to make it like you put your makeup on and you got no eyeliner on. We want to give depth in there. So that's what I'm doing now. I've got some black. I'm going to grab my straight bullshit stick, and we want to get that line pretty much depthified. So I'm using the stick to stamp it along, keeping my brush in a level motion, and we're going to dance. I'll just zoom in so you can see a bit. And this is adding that depth at the bottom of your bushes there. And you'll know when there's something weird with your trees and stuff out there, it's probably just lacking this depth. Okay, you'll see this side to the other side when I pour the stick away, just the difference it does. Okay, browns and light browns and the greens are great, but when you've got the blacks in there, they really bring it home. I'll take the stick away and we'll just do the bits in here as well. If you feel, man, mine look good enough without that black, you're welcome to leave yours without it. But you'll see just roughly this side, oh, where did I see that? Scrumble it in, don't have it a tight join to the green. Scrumble it down into the water. You can see the difference from that side to this side. I'll quickly do this one without the stick. And then when we lace the water's edge on it, that really sinks it back in the distance and makes everything looking nice. I'm just going along there, scrumbling it down, scrumbling some of it up. Just let your hand act like it's artistic and it'll do the job for you. So where are we? Sunday afternoon here, or is it still Sunday morning? Oh no, it's still 11:30 in the morning here, Sunday. All right, that'll do. That will do it. I'm just looking in the monitor trying to find some hard edges and pull away. There we go. Now you will see that does look better with the black in there. That's why it's important to put that there. All right, now we'll get the white and well, let's get my cable out the way. We'll sit that down now, and then we can put the foreground in. So we're just going to grab some white down here and grab a reasonably good knife. I've got all sorts of stuff here, there and everywhere. Where's the knife I always use? This one. Okay, spread it like butter, get it a thin curtain on your palette there. Beautiful thin curtain of paint. Don't worry about what's on there. Wipe that off. Get rid of it. It's going to balk you if you leave it there. And then just put your knife on an edge, pull it through. Okay, we've got a roll of paint and we're going to easily sit our water down. Now before I do, I just want to try it over here so they're not too loud, and keeping these straight as well. Fine, good enough. Keep them straight. All the way along there. Okay, now where the moon is, we can probably, these is what sits all the reflections down in the water. See, boom. A bit more. Just sink your reflections down. I tell you what, if you practice this procedure, getting them, the thinner the better. They look a lot more realistic. Oh, what's going on there? Nothing's coming off the bloody knife. I'm going to have landmass there. There's nothing coming off the knife, so I've got to load it again. Too fat. There we go. Now I'd just like to concentrate probably some where the moon is. I'm just stamping it on, hoping for the best. It's going to look reasonably good out there. Get some more on the knife. It's doing the job, eh? What do you reckon? Give me the thumbs up if you like what I'm doing, and if you don't like what I'm doing, tell everybody you hate it. Alrighty, that's done. Now we'll just put in a simple foreground, alright? Very simple. So we're going to grab, what can we grab? I'll zoom out if I have to. No, zooming there. Quinacridone magenta. Let's get rid of some of these colours here. Such a lot of sauce for little spaghetti up there. There's so many paints. We've got some quinacridone magenta. And I'm going to need a bit more than that. And I want some yellow oxide. Where are we? It'll help if I put the camera on my palette. So I've got my quinacridone magenta and yellow oxide. So this is, I'm glad I got another tube of this. I'll leave the lid off that just in case I need it. And I want to mix this colour together for the blocking in area of the foreground. So there we go. I'm going to wet these colours here just in case I need them a bit more. Okay, we've got that sort of earthy red Australian outback colour there. That's what I was after. Yay. Get a little bit of black in there. Now I'm going to wet it because I want enough of it to transfer off my brush. Now we're going to work out how wide do you want this? How wide do you want it? Thank you very much, Brickhouse. Brickhouse has put in a donation there in this super chat. Thank you very much. Now we can have it a little Ethiopia small one, or we can have it a big one up here. And I like to, well, let's go from about here, get it on, footpath, and coming up like that. So let's get that a bit more wetter, right? Doesn't matter if the edge is a bit broken up, because it's going to have grass there. And block this in. Block it in, just like that. Now you might be thinking, my goodness, that's a weird colour, but this is going to accentuate the greens a little bit better. Okay. And before we dry it, I want to wipe that brush, just get all the build-up off it. Grab a ton more of yellow oxide. Where'd my new tube go? Here it is. all the way over here. I'm just putting some yellow oxide on the table here, so bear with me. Oh, that's right, I kept the lid off that one because I knew I might have needed more. So I might as well get the rest out of it. Now I will use my flat brush, cleaning it up. That flat brush I used, what was it for? The mountain. And we've got some white going there, so I want to quickly get out the way your reference picture. We're going to put our path in. We'll put it centre, make it easy. It's wet, so let's hope this will work. There, get the colour on there, get it on there, get the colour on there, and actually make it come wider towards you, not forgetting the perspective of our painting. All right, that'll do. We'll wipe that brush like a gentleman. Okay, it's wiped. And we'll just pull that through those colours there, and that's some kind of nature's walkway, okay? Beautiful, that's it. Look at that, too easy. Wash that brush. Now we can dry that. I'm mainly drying the footpath because I want our land cover to creep over that footpath, okay? So I'm drying it, drying it. I'm liking this painting. I don't know what we'll call it. There's links in the description below if you're watching the replay. I like to sell all my art. If you buy my art, it supports my content. Okay, let's just pop that back. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, that's done. Now I've all that other paint that I've wet and kept because I thought I might use later, that's what we're going to use now. So we've pretty much got the value of the bushes we put up there, but we'll keep them a bit of a darker tone so they look like they're closer to us. All right, so we're going to use an appropriate brush. I probably want this one. So let me clean it. Oh, where are we? Got to clean this brush. Oh, Reese is out there. I'll see if he can grab me a drink. Yeah, that song that was playing at the beginning was sung by Reese. He recorded and sung it. It's a cover. I don't know who the original is, but he's got a link in the description below. Check his music out. I'll just ask him for a drink. Hey, can you grab us a drink? Drink of milk. Nice glass of milk. Yeah, so let's get back here. Now, we want this paint reasonably transfery. So we need it a bit wet, not too wet. I'm using this flat putter on a brush so as I can create layers of ground cover, grass, ground cover, and so on like that. So we've got our forest green. Okay, can you see that? Yeah. I'm mainly lading it up onto the chiseled edge so as I get these lines within up there. You see that? What do we got? 65 people watching, that's okay. And like I said, we want some of this gapped from the path and the grass. We want some of this red colour there because that's the colour of the dirt. In Australia, that's our dirt colour. So we're going to get this pretty much on the edge first. I'll build it up there just to hide the water's edge. There we go. And this is, anything underneath is what the dirt is showing. So I'm going to laden it like that into the footpath, see? Now I need that a little bit more damp because it's not transferring enough. You'll see what happens. So start loading that up again because we want beautiful, sharp, artistic looking. We don't want big, fat, stampy blobs if we can help it. That's good enough. I've started from the path. I can dribble a bit more into the path if I want. Now I want to, see there's some big blobs there. You want to try and avoid them if you can. Okay, so I'm stamping them out. And what you leave ungreened is the dirt colour, okay? I'm going to do this side so as you'll see how it's going to look. Come on, I'll darken it up there a bit. I want to get some just a little bit more into that path there. There we go. I didn't really give it much perspective, that path, but you need that pointy at the top and wider down to the bottom of the canvas.
Where do you want it?
Oh yeah, glass. Well, is that what you call a big glass of milk? Is it?
You want a big one?
I'll put it there. But, yeah, I did want a big one, but that's all right. So we'll get this side. Have I got the camera on there? Yeah. Wouldn't want the camera off the canvas, would we? Bring it, work your edge. I'm working my edge in first, and then I'll just go crazy filling it all in. Okay, all the way back here. Now I'll just fill it in, giving it shape and movement of the land, you know. Now it might look a bit snotty at the moment, but when we put the other colour on, that's what's going to bring it to life. Could I zoom? Okay, I'll try and zoom. There you go. Sorry about that. I'm not looking at the monitor much. But if you want me to zoom, I need to zoom because you are the audience. Watching from Klamath Falls in Oregon. Hello, all the way from Oregon there. Who are you from Oregon? Roxanne van der Wettering. All right, we've done that. Now you've got to dry it. Hang on, let me just fine tune it a bit more. See, and with this path, you can put a fence posts along there, you can put some stones, whatever you want. I'm getting the corners a bit darker. Now, you need to dry this so as the other colour would stamp on there nicely and not mud up. Here's my glass of milk. So there we go. I'll dry that and see if I can acknowledge. Yeah, it's one of those mountains, Crystal, that who the hell are you? And the more you get to know it, the more you love it, eh? It happens with people a lot. So I'm drying this so as the next colour would adhere to it without mudding up. All right, got to see if I got that page. Oh no, it's all the way up there. Okay, golly gee, I need to wipe this brush. I'll zoom out a bit. I've got to wash it. So you aren't bored, you can follow me to the cleaning trough again. I've got to clean this up so we can put the other colour on there and it's not going to mud up. So I'll get rid of that. We had 2 hot days yesterday and the day before. My aircon's broken. I've got to get a new one. It's a bit of a bummer, but these things happen. Now, we've got the yellow green there. I better put more there. Where is it? Where is it? Where'd it go? Here it is. Because this is the end. This is the home run. Okay, and we want a bit more wetness. Yellow, green, and just a bit of yellow just to put the headlights on. See, hopefully we're going to get a different value than what's on the shrubs above the water there. Because if we can help it, we don't want that value the same colour as this value. Let me move my tall glass of milk that's very small out the way. Now where are we? Let's see if we can get this doing the same thing now. Now that green that we've got on there is the dark, so leave some of that. Come on, get off the brush, will you? Finding the right brush for this makes a big difference as well. And if anything, you want this lighter colour on top of the darker colour. Okay? And then we will start bringing it over this landmass here. Play with it, scratch it a bit so you're not getting too many big stampy blobs, if you can help it. I've got my hand very lightly on this brush. It's just balancing like a seesaw and doing a lot of the stamping. Now this is just an art piece, it's not a photo, so if some of the values are wrong, and you know more about values than what I might do, you can add that into your painting. This is a subject a beginner can paint. There we go, look at that. We'll get some more on this side. Okay, get it on top. On top. Get some more. Make sure it's damp enough to transfer. And then block it all in. Yeah, see some of those, how they're big and stampy? We'll try and iron them out if you're not happy with them. And it does make a difference. The quality of paint you're using makes a difference to your work. Okay, so just remember that. If you've got a really cheap student brand of paint and you feel your paintings aren't looking as nice as you would like them to, and you feel you can do better, up the ante and get a better quality paints. Now I'm getting some more darker here just to kill some of that. Here we go. All right, let me have a zoom out and have a look at that. Yeah, so we pretty much got the low-lying land here. That water, if anything, could have come onto there, but nah, leave it. It's the end, it's going down. All right, so I'll whack a signature on here. What can I use for a signature? I've usually got a little, I'll try this. I'm going to dry it first, where I'm going to put my signature. Yes, Reese got my milk. Just drying here so I can put an autograph on there. All right, let's find a decent colour to get it nice and wet. Come on, get wet, will you? When you're painting your signature, you need the paint really wet. Yeah, that's it. Come on. Nice and inky. So I'll zoom in a bit. You can see, I'll just put my signature on here. Don't forget, all my paintings are for sale. They're $74 US, and that includes shipping to wherever you live, anywhere in the world. So let's put my autograph on here. Oh, nice and loud. There we go. At least people know it's an Ian Harris painting, won't they, eh? Yay. And then after the signature, I'll whack me ever-loving frame on there just to see what it looks like in a frame. It always brightens a painting up when you put a frame on it. And we'll put Steve's little paw print there. Okay, let's whack a frame on this and see how she looks, okay? Lo and behold, my painting's always masked in the exact spot where the frame will fit on it. Look at that, eh? That don't look too shabby. A nice painting to hang on the wall when it's in the right frame. Now just let me give you a little bit of a tip about most frames. If they've got a white inner border, they look fantastic, all right? Mainly seascapes and that, but you can see what they do to the painting. Not too shabby at all. Don't worry about that photo over there. That's just my girlfriend on my desktop. All right, so what I will do is I'll come back and do an outro, just so you can get the gist of all this, what we've just done today. And where are we? Over there, over there. All right, yes, and I did get me glass of milk that my son brought in.
Good.
What, the milk? Yeah, it's milky. Tastes like milk, eh? Beautiful, thank you very much. Not too shabby at all, says Jennifer Smith and Crystal Buss. Awesome. Thank you everybody for joining this live video. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to check out the links in the description below. There's about 9 of them there. There's ones for Reese's music channel. Become a patron of mine, support my content, buy my art, join my art group page. Look at the amount of videos I actually have in my YouTube video. Knock yourself out. All right, and if you like what I'm doing, you tell your friends, but if you don't like what I'm doing, you tell everybody, all right? All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on you. Now I've got to go and turn the camera off. All right, so it's Uru from the Guru.